You keep praying for change, but you're not ready to move. In this episode, we're talking about what it really means to take risk, step outside your comfort zone, and give God something to bless. So many of us pray for change, but we hesitate when it's time to move and act. This conversation is going to explore the tension between fear and faith, the courage that's required to bet on yourself, and the mindset shift that's needed to move even when you don't feel ready. If you've been waiting for a sign, this episode might be it. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of the Pretty Aligned Podcast, the space where we shift perspectives, reframe the way we think, and step into alignment with who we're truly meant to be. I'm your host, Octavia Darling, and every week we'll have real conversations that help you reset your mindset, overcome limiting beliefs, and create a life that feels good from the inside out. So grab your coffee, your tea, your journal, or just your open mind and get ready to receive. Let's get into it. This episode is titled No Risk, No Reward for a Reason. Okay, so many of you already know that I have been on the journey of being a content creator for a few years now. And it just came to my awareness the other day how I haven't been able to grow as much as I've wanted to because I haven't taken the risk that is necessary to gain the rewards. For example, my main focus has been on creating the content, posting, and becoming monetized on all social media platforms. Yes, I have been successful with that. However, there is another piece to this puzzle. As a content creator / social media influencer, one of the main forms of income is brand partnership deals. Now, when I first started my journey, I did, reach out to brands and I did obtain a few deals, but I did not maintain the momentum. So what I chose to do this year is to shift my mindset and embody the version of myself who does frequently receive brand partnership deals. But in order to do that, I knew that I was going to have to take risk and step outside my comfort zone. See, the thing is, you want more, but safety feels easier. I felt safe just recording my content, posting, and getting paid from the actual platform. But I felt uncomfortable shooting my shot, if you know what I mean, like reaching out to brands, pitching myself to them, and the fear of being rejected. But the truth of the matter is, when you pray for growth, you're staying in unfamiliar environments. You're not actually making the move, right? You want to feel ready before moving. And this is how you operate when you want change, but you're avoiding the risk. You continue to choose comfort over calling. And some thoughts that may come up is, what if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? One of my main insecurities was, what if they say no? What if I don't meet the qualifications that they are seeking in order to obtain the brand partnership deal? And because I was suffering from those limiting beliefs, I did not allow myself to at least try. See, sometimes we confuse faith with passivity. Now, passivity is the acceptance of what happens without active response or resistance. See, faith requires movement. Yeah, God may open the doors, but you still have to walk through them. See, the difference between trusting God and avoiding responsibility is you aligning your energy with what you want to attract. You know how it is sometimes when you hear that little voice in your mind that's telling you to do something that you know in your gut you don't want to do, but at the same time you know that if you do it, you may get a reward for it. Yeah, that's intuition. That's God speaking to you. The thing is, obedience often feels uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't listen. What good is it to believe in God to answer the prayers that you're speaking if you don't fully believe in yourself. Earlier in January, I made it my duty to reach out to 10 brands per week. Now, the first week, I felt like I wanted to throw up every single time. I sent a message, I sent an email. I was just like on the edge because think about it. You're pitching yourself, right? You're reaching out with the hopes of, oh my gosh, are they going to even see this message? Am I wasting my time? Are they going to say yes? Are they going to say no? Why am I even doing this? Am I moving too soon? Am I even qualified? All of these limiting beliefs just started to creep up. But y'all, I kid you not. By week 2, I was in the headspace and the confidence level of, oh, I can't wait to reach out to this brand. Oh, let me shoot my shot. Oh, yeah, they responded. Oh, like it was something that lit a burning desire in me. It was like I was unstoppable. It was something I craved. But imagine if I stayed in my comfort zone of doing the same thing, which is just posting my videos and just getting paid on social media platforms, I would have just never stretched myself. I would have never seen the possibility. I would have never been in the position of a brand even knowing who I am. But I took that leap of faith. I made a social media status the other day. I think it was on Facebook. Yeah, I posted on Facebook the other day and I said, I am not afraid to be seen trying. How many of you all have seen that quote? This is something I came across on Pinterest one day. But that resonated with me so much because a lot of us are so afraid of being seen trying because visibility feels risky. It's like people seeing you in your vulnerable state, right? But the truth of the matter is, the vulnerability is the start of something new. Being seen trying is overcoming the fear of judgment and criticism and comparison. What good is it to want success quietly without the public effort? Because you never know who's watching, especially in this day and age. You never know who is watching. I get so many views on my videos. And no, the numbers do not correlate or match the engagement rate as far as likes and comments. Because, we scroll, we watch, we laugh, we kiki, we keep it moving these days. Not many of us are actually engaging as much as we used to. But the amount of people that is watching me tells me everything I need to know. Showing up confidently every single day is something in a level of energy that you want to always embody. Okay? Who cares if you fail? And who cares if someone sees that you do? Most times, they're not going to respond to the fact that you failed. They're going to encourage you because you at least tried. And you never know what your effort is doing to others. You being seen trying is inspiring the next person to do it. And a relatable thought that may come across your mind is, what if people watch you try and you don't succeed? What if they do? What if you fail out loud? What if more people see you fail than they actually see you succeed? Then what? See, the identity shift comes with risk, okay? Because risk forces you to become someone new. This is the energy and image that you want to embody. You have to continue to outgrow the old versions of yourself. You cannot stay the same. This may require you losing alignment with people who knew the old version of you and accepting that growth changes relationships. I've experienced this time after time after time again. But I've finally come to a place of peace of knowing that, you know what? Everything and everyone is seasonal, and that also includes relationships. This version that I am today, I may not be able to rock with the same people that I used to rock with before. And it's no shade to them, but it's mainly because I am on a level where I am going up, 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 up. I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm like literally taking all the risks that I can to see who's going to say yes, what rewards I'm going to reap. But in order to do that, I cannot surround myself with people that are okay with being in their comfort zone. I cannot surround myself with people that is okay with doing the bare minimum. Because at the end of the day, my mindset is if I really go for this, my life will change. And the vision that I have for my life is, you know what? I can only keep people around me that is in alignment with the vision. I can't keep people around me that does not align. Now, this is why God responds to movement, not just prayer. See, action activates alignment. Every time you take a small step, it creates big breakthroughs. You have to continue to have that momentum and stick with it because it's going to strengthen your confidence. We say so many prayers, hundreds of times a day. But what if the answer to your prayer is the risk that you're afraid to take? Maybe, just maybe, the miracle is on the other side of the move that you're afraid to make. Now I have a few relatable scenarios I want to share, and I would love for you to leave a comment or shoot me a DM on Instagram or Facebook and let me know which one of these scenarios you connect with the most. The first one is the silent dreamer. An example of this person is someone who maybe have a business idea and you've had it for so long. You haven't told anyone, but you keep saying, I'm going to wait for the right time before I launch it. When in reality, deep down, you're just scared it won't work. See, waiting isn't always wisdom. Sometimes it's fear in disguise. And remember, God can't bless what you refuse to start. And speaking of start, the second one is the almost starter. An example of this person is someone who has signed up for a course. You bought the equipment because you want to be a content creator. So let me go ahead and invest my funds in the camera equipment. I'm going to get the best editing programs. I'm going to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on lights and so many things. You're writing down the plan. You're wishing, you're hoping, but you still haven't launched anything. You haven't started. You haven't even created your social media account. Believe it or not, action is the bridge between prayer and promise. And what about the faithful but frozen person? You're the type of person that prays every day. You want clarity for what you're doing, but when opportunities come, you hesitate because you don't feel like you're qualified enough. I think I'm talking to myself. Like what I just shared with y'all, I have definitely been the faithful but frozen one. But see, the truth of the matter is, and this is what I had to grasp, God often qualifies the called, not calls the qualified. I'm going to say that again. God often qualifies the called, not calls the qualified. Okay? And the last one is the comfort zone queen or king. You're the type of person that's so content with your job because it's stable, but you're still unfulfilled. You're even scared to pursue your passion because stability right now feels safer than purpose. How many of y'all can resonate with that one? See, for the comfort zone, queen or king, security isn't the same as alignment. The truth of the matter is you're really just playing it safe because you're afraid to see what's on the other side if you take the risk. But sometimes the risk is staying where you're at and not making the move. All right, love, there is no hot seat coaching segment for this episode because I strongly believe that this topic relates to everyone. However, let me know what's going on in your world that needs a reframe. Send your scenario to me and I just might coach you on the podcast. The link to the submission form is listed in the show notes. If you're ready to stop questioning yourself, move with clarity instead of confusion, align your mindset with your purpose, and become the best version of yourself, then the Mindset Matters Playbook is for you. You all, this playbook is for the person who knows they're called for so much more, but you feel stuck, unsure, or out of alignment. Get yours today. I also offer one-on-one coaching opportunities to creatives and entrepreneurs who are tired of guessing, overthinking, and doing everything alone. During our coaching session, I will teach you everything about content creation, social media management, monetization, strategizing, analytics, and so much more. After our sessions, you will walk away with clarity, confidence, and a plan you can actually execute. All of this information is listed in the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, then please leave a positive rating and review. Thank you for hanging out with me today on the Pretty Aligned podcast. I hope something in this episode gave you a fresh perspective or a new way to see yourself. Remember, small shifts create big change. If you love today's conversation, share this with a friend who needs it, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next reset. Until then, keep aligning, keep growing, and keep becoming the best version of you. I'll see you in the next episode.